Now, South Africa, yes, you had me right, is hosting the G20 Summit 2025. What's the G20? The G20 is a forum of the world's major economies, usually 19 countries, plus the European Union representing over 80% of global GDP. It plays a crucial role in shaping international economic policy, climate action, and global development. In 2025, South Africa is hosting the global summit, the G20 summit, making a significant or marking a significant moment for the African continent. Yes, this is a huge meeting of the major power players. Yes, be it economy, be it climate, or the political sphere. It has the major players, those who decide how policies or which policies are put in place or reinforced, which sanctions are dropped or which sanctions are added to certain countries or nations. Now, this is the first time the summit is being held in sub-Saharan Africa, and South Africa has emphasized themes of inclusive growth, so climate change, climate justice, and reforming global financial risk institutions, the IMF, the World Bank, and so forth. Remember, we've had an issue. Trump was criticizing South Africa so much, the South African government led by Ramaphosa, Kosa, yes, Kosa, Ramaphosa, who was the president of South Africa. He initially cited presence of or continuity of a white genocide in South Africa, which he said that such a country should not even be included in the G20. He also cited cases of corruption led by ANC government and ANC government. He also cited reviving discredited claims about land seizures and violence against white farmers. Of course, listen, there are still so many white settlers in South Africa. Yes, if you watched my previous videos about South Africa, you can revisit the channel and go through the videos I talked about South Africa. You will see or you will understand what that point is talking about, because there's a whole state going away. Yes, now South Africans are losing a whole state to the whites, and it's a major concern, but I won't go in that direction today. Today we are talking specifically about the G20 summit. Yes, calling for South Africa's removal from the G20, saying it shouldn't be the G anymore. He announced, he went even ahead as far as announcing that he will not attend the 2025 G20 summit in Johannesburg, citing his disapproval of South Africa's leadership and policies. However, there is no credible there's no evidence citing, maybe there is no written evidence citing that he won't attend. But all we know that is that there have been tensions between these two. Yes, there have been the tension between these two. Remember, South Africa has faced the longest violences when it comes to racial violences. Yes, up to date, we've seen white settlers being mistreated. We've seen indigenous South Africans being mistreated. So it's a mixed up thing. There's basically no one-sided violent reports, being claims that you can say, oh, the white settlers are being mistreated, or the indigenous South Africans are being mistreated. No, it's two-way. Yeah, it's two-way. I wanted to use this thing to talk about what power, or the power that Africa really holds. Yes, and this comes down to South Africa being one of the most powerful countries, or the most powerful countries in Africa. Its position, its impact, and basically what it needs to do in the near future to secure its image. It's a long tainted image on the face of Africa. So South Africa, when we talk about development, when we talk about infrastructural development, we talk about power. With power, I'm talking about energy. and then we're talking road networks and all that. We're talking nuclear. South Africa has everything. Yes, it has all this. But what are they really doing to push their boundaries further? Not boundaries like the geopolitical boundaries. No, I'm talking about the efforts, the development, the infrastructural development, the energy development. We've seen issues with climate. What are they really doing to make an impact for the future generations? Recently, we saw what was happening. Yes, they were chasing away foreigners, which I have no issue with it with because if you are not in a country, if you are not in a country which is not yours legally, then you're supposed to be in your country. Yes, you just have to go back home, then come back legally if you want to be there. Uh, that's when I understood the whole Operation Dudula. Yes, because I did a video about South Africans, about the whole Dudula movement policies. South Africans roasted me. I had to go back, do some research, talk to a few friends of mine from over there, and a few fans from the comments. I had to follow up and then just spark a chat and know one or two things about what was really happening. So after that, I understood what was really happening because we see so many Zimbabweans, so many Namibians, Nigerians, Congolese. They are down south, yes, but most of them are there illegally. They're just they are working, but illegally. They don't have the necessary purpose, citing that they are there to work or do a certain job. No. So if you are in a country illegally, please go back home. Even here in Kenya, listen, even in Kenya, what happened, I think 2 months ago, we saw what those Somali kids did with the Kenyan flag. Yeah, they stepped on the Kenyan flag during a match or after a match, a football match. Such like things, and they were illegal. Yes, they were illegal immigrants. So such like things shouldn't or could not have happened if there were strict policies like what South Africa is trying to enforce. Those things can't happen. Yes, once we have strict policies citing very well and depicting how you get into a country, how you get into Nigeria, how you get into South Africa, how you get into Kenya, or how you get into Canada, there, those rules simply dictate what people need to do. And these will help to streamline relationships between nations. We won't have chaos or say people, other people coming to claim, oh, South Africa is chasing our people, or Kenya is chasing our people, or Canada or America. They lie now. The whatever's going on in America, what Trump is doing with ICE, he is deporting every illegal immigrant in America. Yes, that's just like there's a whole financial burden on the natives and on the country itself when it has like a huge number of undocumented immigrants. That aside, the G20 summit is going to happen in Johannesburg. When these major power players come in South Africa, listen, there is going to be an economic boom during that weekend. Business is going to boom. Yes. Yeah, I don't know if you guys watched G20. There's a movie called G20. Yes. So a lot is talked about, a lot is discussed during such summits, and that's when I expect South Africa to bring issues like equitable share of resources and power. Listen, we have these unions, we have the African Union, we have the United Nations, but remember when they had the last United Nations summit? We had William Samoei Ruto, who's the Kenyan president, ask for at least 2 permanent seats at the Security Council. So these are the things we still need so the South African president, Cyril Ramaphosa, to push for, because at the end of the day, if we have at least one or two, they should add Kenya. Kenya is a power play. Is a is a power player as of now, and as I look at the future, Kenya is going to be at the center stage of almost everything. Because when be it politically, be it economically, climate-wise, Kenya is going to be just at the center of all this. Trust me. So these are let's spark these such like conversations and the issue with deportation of people, even those that are in certain countries legally, they are being targeted and being deported illegally or against the law. All these things need to be talked about, all these things need to be discussed because at the end of the day, Africa is our business. We have issues with our minerals, yes, our natural resources. We have wars going on. We have war in Congo. We have war in Sudan. We've had recent protests in Tanzania. We had recent protests also in Madagascar, where they overtook the government. We had post-election violence in which country? Cameroon. Then we've had also I think y'all remember the Gen Z protests in Kenya. Then, as of now, as we are talking, America, led by Donald J. Trump, just threatened to invade Nigeria. Yeah. So all this is happening within our borders. All this is happening within our borders. What should be done? Should we also come together as a whole, as a united Africa, and then put sanctions on countries like America, which impose taxes, which impose sanctions each and every other day on other countries? Should we have a mechanism of protecting ourselves against countries like America, which whenever they feel like they want certain resources from a country, or a nation, all they have to do is invade it or drive a false narrative about the country. Yeah, I remember when Trump used images from Congo to say that white settlers were being in South Africa. Yes. So using false narratives to create tensions in countries or in nations where you seem to have interest on certain resources, be it natural gas, be it oil, be it gold, be it lithium, be it rare earths. Right now, as we are talking, rare earths are on the market. Listen, all these big power players. Let's talk about big China, Russia, the United States of America. They are running after just acquiring large deposits of rare earths because they are so important when it comes to war, because they are a major component when it comes to making uh, military grade whatever equipment. So how should Africa protect itself? How should Africa protect itself against foreign influence, against foreign invasions? Countries looking to come back to Africa to take more and more minerals or more resources without following the right procedure, without using the right channels, using war, using confusion, using tensions. Listen, I've heard, it's always clear, it has always been clear. When you refuse to sell or to give some resources to a more powerful country, let's say like America, they will come back, use your opposition. If you're the president in power, they come to your opposition leaders, then they fund them. Yes, so your opposition will be fighting you without you knowing that they are being funded. They will be given like massive resources to fund campaigns against you. Maybe at the end of the day, maybe get you up, apologies, get you out of office, and then they will now come in and say, oh, there's violence in a certain country. Yes, let us go and bring peace. Yes, the most famous phrase, we are bringing peace, or we are coming to fight terrorists. Yes, that's what the US has been using for all these years. So we have seen what's happening in Sudan. What can be done, or what will be the impact? Because the African Union is literally doing nothing. The United Nations is literally doing nothing about these conflicts going on We know we know there's a serious war. We've lost millions of lives in Congo. But what should really be done to end this war, to end this conflict? Because we are losing more people by day. All these things going on, and then summing up with the recent threats towards Nigeria by Donald Trump is just outrageous, and we need a solution. We need an immediate solution to all this. Let there be let there be a clear stipulation on what needs to be done when a country fails. Like really need assistance. They really need help from another country, not military wise, but resources wise. Let America approach Kenya and say, "Oh, we've heard there's a hill with a whole lot of a whole lot of deposits of rare earths worth over 62 billion US dollars. What should be done? How can we, or will we purchase it, or what percentage will we purchase? Then the rest will live, and who will work on it or on the extraction and whatever? There should be a clear mechanism on how both parties benefit, and especially the host party. How will it benefit from the whole venture? So all this should be discussed. How comes Trump is threatening the sovereignty of Nigeria? Nigeria is a sovereign state with its own powers, with its own arms of government, of governance, that it can do or conduct its own business, its own investigations in case there are conflicts. You come and say, in Nigeria, we are having a Christian genocide. Okay, what should be done? You don't go around and even talk to the local government and say, hey, what do we do? You go on the media and say, I will invade, or America is going to invade Nigeria, guns are blazing. This kind of arrogance is what we need to cut off, because at the end of the day, these countries, the mineral reserves or the have been depleted. Those they stole from Africa back in the days, they have been depleted. They are looking for all ways to come back to Africa, as I told you in my previous videos. Videos I uploaded last night. The plot of going to invade Venezuela, it was all about oil. He even admitted, yes, that we could have taken this oil some time back, but whatever happened, what happened. Now he wanted to go in. Russia blocked the way. Then right now he's planning. He's trying to go or trying to invade Nigeria. Then China says no, you can't invade a sovereign state. It has its own laws and whatever. Or you can't just wake up and decide what to do or what to do with other countries. They are independent on their own. Have you ever heard of Nigeria trying saying we will invade America because ICE is doing bad things to its to American people? No. So why should you wake up and think of we will invade Nigeria and do very bad things to it? The arrogance needs to stop. So this summit needs to be of value. I want to see the African leaders, I want to see those representing Africa bring up issues, real issues that will push this continent forward. Then the issue of climate change. We've seen some certain African presidents use it as a scheme to loot funds. Yes, that's what I'm saying. We've seen certain African presidents use the climate change narrative to loot public funds and to loot the climate fund or funds. What should be done with such leaders? Because we should go back, revisit the financial books and see how each and every president or head of state has been utilizing these funds. Trust me, if we try to do that, or if we do that, or if they do that, we will put certain presidents in order. Presidents touring daily, each and every other day they are in a different country, forgetting about their own country, touring and trying to compare economies, trying to compare performances when it comes to GDPs, while they are really doing nothing to improve their own governance and their own economies. So this summit, listen, I'm really looking forward for this summit to bring a lot of change, a lot of economic growth, or let's just say like a whole shift in the economic landscape in Africa, and how relations are being done, how other countries, how other foreign countries are relating or have been relating with the continent. We can't have France just come in, do whatever they want, and leave. No, we can't have America come in and threaten Nigeria or Kenya or whatever and just leave. No, there should be certain modes of punishment. Yes, whether it's sanctions, whether it's bans, I don't care. Whether it's tariffs, we should put such mechanisms in place. I know I haven't gone deep, way deep into the what you really wanted to hear from me. I'm really sorry. I'll do more research about about this topic. But what I've talked today is what I really felt like highlighting in this video. My name is Mojos Ke, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly do so, as you will be supporting a dream. You will be supporting a man that is also supporting other people. Yeah. So keep supporting me and keep subscribing. For those who want to share my videos, just is a tap away. Yeah, it's a tap away. You can share to your WhatsApp, your Truth Socials, your Facebook, your TikTok. You can clip the videos and post on TikTok. It's always free. And then for those who want to really support this channel, join as a member. Yes, hit the join button. Join as a member. You use the budget you are really comfortable with, monthly, bit monthly, or annually, and then support your guy. Yes, I'll be very grateful for those who will support me, because it will improve, of course, the production, and then make this room more more attractive. If that's the right word. But basically, that's what I wanted to say about this whole G20 summit that's going to happen in Johannesburg, South Africa, 2025. Yeah, my name is Mojos Ke, and have a lovely day.